Hello. Welcome back to Silk Robe Chats with Daquana. So today we are actually going to talk about just influencers and being lowballed and also not being supported by our own. Kind of dipping into the loyalty aspect of how loyal Black influencers some are to Black companies and brands and all, things like that. But in return, we don't get sponsored or promotion offered to us by said companies. And it was a question or a comment came up where somebody tried to low-key chastise me in the comments for working with a certain brand. Granted, everybody, we should do our research with brands, about brands and stuff before we just take on a project. But I wasn't even thinking about it because I saw so many Black plus size influencers, not so many, but I saw a few Black plus size influencers rocking the brand. So I didn't know what their history was. But I also wanted to bring up the question of, how about these big names and big brands and chain restaurants and things like that who disrespect Black people, who we still going in a line to get a double cheeseburger, or we're still going to get that sub, or we're still going to spend $100, $200, $300 on groceries in said stores, or going to get a chicken sandwich, okay? So it was like, stop being hypocritical when you probably in a certain line right now ordering some food, or in a certain store right now spending $100, $200, $300 because today is Friday, okay? And today is payday for some people. So I wanted to call out the hypocrisy, but I also wanted to pose the question as to why aren't we getting supported by our own? There has been many times where when I bring you guys a Black-owned haul, many times I paid for that, and I'm doing free promotion, not just on YouTube, but also Instagram and Facebook. Why is that? Why, when Black companies, and I'm not saying all, this is not to generalize anyone. I have worked with Black companies who have paid me my worth, or I have negotiated down to a reasonable rate for that company, for their budget, and for myself, where I didn't feel like I was being cheated. So by no means am I talking about all Black companies, but I am talking about, why aren't we seeing that support? Why aren't we seeing those sponsorships? Okay. So I have received many emails where a company will come and present themselves to me as a Black-owned small business, and they will want promo. And in the next email, I send over my rates and things like that, and then they respond, and it's little to no response. Sometimes they just ghost you, like, okay, we're not paying that. Other times, okay, we can't afford that, we'll talk to you later. And it's like, dang, we didn't negotiate or nothing, but I get it. Some people just don't want to pay you or lowball you, and that's fine. They want to pay you your rate, and that's it. Some people just want to be nosy and see what your rates are, to be honest. But I just wanted to pose a question and start the conversation. That's what this video, that's the purpose of this video. I'm not chastising nobody, and I don't expect nobody to try to come and chastise, but I do want Black companies to support Black influencers. All right. So let's get into it. I've already done skincare. I use my Good Molecules products. If you rock with me for Vlogmas, you already know that has been my wave. Between the e.l.f. and the Good Molecules, I've been using those two, but mostly my Good Molecules. So I actually just got a retwist like a week ago, and I'm actually starting to like it. When I get my first retwist, but yeah, I'm going to do a wig review. So with that being said, I am going to put my hair, of course, in a pony. So I love when it just sits flat like this without the new growth and all of that underneath my wigs. So because the hair is curly, it doesn't need to be super flat, and I don't want to pull on my hair too much. So I'm going to do a not so tight pony back here. I don't do a bun simply because the buns make it like a big hump in the back. So I just do a pony. Okay. So let's get into about not being an influencer or anything like that, but kind of the things we are subject to and kind of go through. Not behind the scenes, because it's actually very public because we have public platforms, but it's the awareness. It's the awareness, lack of support, and just things of that nature. So I'm gonna get into it because I feel like the title is, I don't know. So I recently worked with a company, and what's funny is people pick and choose when they are I gotta pull this lock back. It's too tight in the back. I can't have my hair pulling anywhere. Okay. So people pick and choose when they want to be pro anything. Pro fat, pro black, pro LGBTQ plus, pro anything. And I get, you know, some people live and breathe it, but others, it's when it's convenient. So that gets me. And I'm not specifically blaming this one person who happened to comment on my post. I'm actually talking about people as a whole, individuals as wholes. Not hoes, y'all not hoes. So I am moving a little backwards today. Usually I'll do my hair, then I'll do my face. But today I'm going to do my face and then my hair, but I want to get this glue on because I am going to have it like sadly, I'm wearing like a frontal. Now, I'm not going to do the sides too much, but I am wearing a frontal, so I have to put my glue on and let it, you know, do what it do. This is not going to be an in-depth video about wig application. I am doing a wig review, but it's not going to be an in-depth video because I already have a whole free course on that. I'm going to talk about that too, but I'm going to talk about this topic at hand. So recently I worked with a company. I'm not going to name said company. People can probably put 1 and 2 together and get 3. Okay. So this company apparently, okay. Let me bring it back a little bit. So this company, apparently somebody was like, I posted my recent hauls on Instagram. So I posted the 4 videos that I recently did. Fashion Nova, Doll Skill, Poshmark featuring Brazen Boutique, and I did ASOS. So I just posted the thumbnails of each video just to let people know, okay, come check me out because I've been posting. Okay. So then someone comments, and they didn't comment until I think this morning, or I didn't see it until this morning. And they was like, we don't support said company. We don't support that company. The owner is anti-black. Okay. Now, granted, your girl is pro-black. And I've never shied away from that. I've never not talked about it amongst family, amongst friends, amongst you all. I will say you do notice the lack, or basically the lack of support that certain platforms do have when you do talk about things. And then even when you talk about it, just because your brand is not, I don't want to say your brand, but your platform doesn't talk about it more frequently, then people will accuse you of not really being quote unquote woke. So then it becomes annoying because you speak out when there is public outrage to let people know, like, you see it. Okay. But then people are like, oh, well, you only talking about it because this was popular. You only posting this because this was popular. You're going to get back to your regular day-to-day. Everybody, and I get it. I get the outrage because everybody's like, everybody didn't sign up to do this. You know, some people are going to get back to regular content. Everybody didn't sign up to have full platforms about. And if you know, you know. It is, I don't want to say hard, but it is hard to have platforms. It's not hard to support Black people because I do. But it's hard to have a platform and try to go for fat rights, black rights, and LGBTQ plus rights, and every other rights, you know, just every other rights. I know that didn't sound right, but disabled people, just all types of minorities, or just people who are left out, you know, left out. And so I don't want to say people kind of pick and choose which one they're going to do, but people, we are individuals. So all of the hate, every single thing is being thrown. It's like, damn, I'm trying to take the shots from being pro-fat. I'm trying to take the shots from being pro-black, pro-gay, pro-everything. And it's like, that's a hard, and everybody didn't sign up for that. That's a hard thing to do, and everybody didn't sign up for that. And that doesn't give people the right, or influencers and creators the right to have majority. We're going to just go into the topic and example at hand, but to have majority black subscribers, supporters, and viewers, and to work with people who aren't pro-black, companies who aren't pro-black. So me personally, I don't live in a bubble, but I do. Okay, I'll go on social media, I post what I post, and I'll scroll when I feel like it, but a lot of the times I'm in my own world. You know, I'm thinking about what's the next move for me and what's gonna make me better and things like that. I'm not researching all, and I get it. If you're gonna work with a company, you should kind of look them up, but I didn't look them up. I feel like I had heard about them posting certain models or something, but I didn't remember like what the actual outrage was, you know. And because I saw other fat black women also working with them, or that's a little too black, doing content with the said company, I felt okay. I just was like, all right, whatever, you know, maybe they rectified whatever the outrage was. I didn't Google it or tweet, you know, go look it up, trending topics. But, you know, I probably should have. But I was just excited to try it because of my style. And I haven't seen many, and that's probably why, but I haven't seen many fat black women do reviews, or just black women do reviews on it, period. So that's why I wanted to try it out. But then somebody in my comments was like, and it's like, what you're not gonna do is send me. You're not gonna send me on my platform. Like, granted, teach, educate, send a DM, whatever the case is, but you're not gonna publicly comment and say, I like you chastising me like I'm your child. You understand? That's not how you make people aware. That was the point I'm trying to get to. But I can't finish this brow and talk, so hold on. Okay, so got a little something. I don't really know how I feel yet about the eyebrows. But like I was saying, I just felt like there was a way to handle things if you really felt the way, instead of trying to be more so like you gonna check somebody, or more so embarrassed. It just seemed more like, what you not gonna do is this, Daquana. You know, when, like I said, it's a way to talk to people, it's a way to approach people, and it didn't even have to be public, you know. It could have been like been a DM, or just like hey, just so you know, this company was, you know, scrutinized for doing this, that, and the third at this time. Just an FYI if you ever plan to work with them again, because if you don't know, people have contracts. So you don't know how many videos I've already agreed to do with said company, videos or posts. So that's just that on that. So going into more so support. So we can't work with such and such and such, but also companies with mostly black models and black faces and black this and black that, or black owners and managers and promoters, not promoters, but people who handle the influencers. What are they called? I forget, but maybe it'll come to me. But those people are not putting us and our platforms on the forefront. I'll just say the people who deal with the influencers and their promotion team, they're not going and seeking fat black women for their brands. So do you know how many times certain, I'm not even naming names, but do you know how many times certain companies have had backlash for being, for one, stealing from black creators, or being anti-black, or whatever it was with the models, this, that, and the third. But I still see y'all out here tagging them in pictures or spending mad money, mad coins with them for clothing, accessories, shoes, makeup, whatever. Matter of fact, I just actually supported a makeup brand who I believe is black owned. And there's a lot of big names who work with them. There's a lot of people who work with said company, but said company was actually posting anti-black creators. So where is the backlash or the outrage for that? But I also just want to go into, why are we having these anti-black or anti-black companies cut checks for influencers, which essentially this is a livelihood. I don't care how low people think of influencers or whatever the case is, but for some people this is bread and butter. So if this is what we spend hours doing and we create content, okay, and this is what we do, and of course get paid for it. Sometimes we do things that are unpaid, just whatever our platforms are based in. But we spend hours creating the content, editing the content, and, you know, posting the content and promoting the content, and just, it's livelihood. So why are these anti-black companies cutting that check for us? And why aren't our, I don't know if the brightness is up or what. How about the brightness wasn't up the whole time? Because I'm like, I can't really tell what's going on here. But anywho, when we have many companies, like I said, black owned, black faces, whatever the case is, who aren't cutting those checks for us. And I don't want to say some people are stooping low or whatever the case is, but some people aren't being approached. And I can speak from experience by other companies. A lot of the companies I work with are Asian owned, okay, white owned. I personally have to support black owned companies, which I have no problem doing because I have a black owned company, a small business. Let me blend this out real quick. So as we all know, I shop black, I'll do PR hauls, whatever the case may be. But it's just really disheartening. I don't know if I want to do contour or what's the name first, but I'm going to just go ahead with the contour. It's just disheartening to see when we aren't supported by our own. Black-owned companies will hit me up and say, hey, we want to work with you. What are your rates? And you'll say your rates and you will never hear from them again. Instead of asking, and I know some people just don't want to ask us to, you know, lower our rates or negotiate with small businesses, but I actually do that. I actually will negotiate with small businesses or black owned businesses because I know the struggle. Okay, but even myself, when I have promotion and stuff like that, if you can't afford major promotion, you will go to micro influencers or people on the come up or whatever the case is, which essentially people who are on the come up or have a smaller platform but a nice outreach, you know, or reach, period. They do call themselves micro influencers. So that is no shade or anything like that. That is an actual field when it comes to influencing. Okay, but my point being, I don't reach out to major creators and not pay the price, you know, not pay the price. Now, if one reaches out to me and it's not working, it's like, okay, you know, maybe later on in the budget, or when the budget increases, then we can do something. Or if I do reach out to someone and the price is like, okay, a little above my budget for promotion, for Thrifty Slave, for I Want to Be, for whatever, then I just say that. Okay, thank you for letting me know your prices, but it's not going to work. How hard is that? There are many companies who have reached out to me and I've given my rates and I haven't heard a peep. Oh, we're so eager to work with you, da 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 da. And then they don't. So where is the outrage for the people who don't, our own people who don't support us, you know? And I'm not talking about the viewers. I'm not talking about the commenters. I'm not talking about the people who support my small businesses or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about companies, boutiques, businesses, makeup, whatever the case may be. Where is the outrage for that? Why do you think some people have to, I don't want to say settle for a check, because you shouldn't have to sell yourself or sell your soul, as some people like to put it as. But where is the outrage on the other end? Do people stop to think about why some creators do work with certain brands, whether it is the ones who steal designs, the ones who are anti this, anti that, the ones who support this and support, you know, do people stop to think, well, why is this creator even taking a check from them? Why do they need a check from them? Do you? So before you comment, we don't work with such and such, one, it's a DM. It's a, hey, do you know this company did this, that, and the third? Now, if that creator decides to continue working with them or whatever the case is, either they are Either they are obligated by contract to work with them for a certain period of time, or no one else is coming to them with offers. So yeah, this is not something that I speak of really, really often. It's like things I'll speak of amongst friends or, you know, other creators who I may talk to, but it's just really annoying. You know, it's really annoying to not get that support from companies who we want that support from. But it's like consumers can give everybody a pass, but when it comes to creators, no, you must never forgive a company for doing this, that, and the third. And granted, it's some people and some things that are not forgivable. But I've seen companies who have definitely wronged the Black community, the fat community, the gay community, a lot of communities, but still, people shop there, people tag them, people haul them, people do a lot of things, and I don't know if they're getting that backlash. I haven't seen it, but it seems to be a lack thereof. A lot of people always ask about this brush, and like I mentioned before, I actually found it in Marshall's one time on a whim when I was doing a major giveaway for like 10 subscribers or something like that. But yeah. So another thing is, where is the outrage when your favorite Black creators aren't seeing the pay that your favorite white creators are seeing, or not seeing the same opportunities that said people of other races and ethnicities are seeing? Where's the outrage then? I see a lot of laughter when Black people aren't necessarily, I'm sorry, I'm looking for something, but when, found it on the first try, aren't being paid to their potential. I see a lot of people who laugh about that, but I don't see a lot of people who advocate for people to get the proper pay. Okay, like, it's funny to see creators struggle or not compare to other platforms, but when you accept a check from someone else who some people may not agree with, then it's like, oh, how dare you? You know? I don't get people. I don't get people in that right. Because how can you laugh at people who not receiving a proper check or a check at all, but then when they are receiving something from somebody, then it's a problem? Do y'all get what I'm saying, or is it not clicking? Is 2 + 2 = 4 for y'all? Sorry, I'm trying to get my powder to work right. It's not flat enough. But I don't know. These are just conversations that I like to start, and y'all know I do. It's not to stir up anything, but it's to ask like genuine questions, not to ever justify people working with anti-black or anti anything except anti-racism and anti-hatred. You know, we could support those companies. That's okay. But I don't know. I just be wanting to start a conversation and, you know, let a little, and give a certain outlook on things, because a lot of people see it one way and a lot of people see stuff black and white. When it's black and white, they aren't even colors. There are many colors that you can see it from instead of the, values, shades, hues of black and white. I don't know. I just be wanting to show a different perspective, child. I guess the moral of my story is there's a way to educate people, there's a way to ask people, there's a way to inform people, and there's a way to just be flat out shady to people. And just be mindful of how some people can react to things, and also just think about other things, like question why your faves, your favorite black owned companies are not supporting black creators. That's the thing that gets me. I be wanting to work with a bunch of black businesses, but they don't always, I don't want to say seek me out. It's not even about being sought out or sought after. It's just a matter of once they do, they'll actually approach you as, I don't want to use this mascara. They'll approach you as, hey, I'm a black owned company, da 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 da. And this is not all, but this is some. And they'll approach you that way. But then once rates come out, they don't even, is it that you don't think these people are worth it, or that you just, or us, when I say those people, them people, us people are worth the pay, or is it just not there, in the promotion budget? Either way, I've been left high and dry, left on red, left on seen, whatever, by a lot of companies, or just also just people like, oh, well, I ain't paying it. And how do you think that makes creators feel? Again, not an excuse to ever work with anti-companies, but it's a way for you guys to see things, because everybody don't see the behind the scenes, and people talk about it sometimes on some platforms, but everybody don't see it. I see it. I live it. Okay? Shit. Live, eat, breathe, shit it. Okay? So it's just tough being shitted on by our own. And this is not all companies. I'm not saying all black owned companies or all small businesses do this, but I have it in my heart to give black owned companies a discount. And it's not to sell myself short or anything like that, but it's to give black owned companies a chance out there. And I also have it in my heart when I shop black owned and I feel the need to do a haul, or I tag them on Instagram or whatever the case is, in my stories, on my posts for free, thousands and 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 thousands, but no, for real, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of free work, where said other companies are paying our actual rates or close to it, and I'm doing it for the free. But people will bypass that and say, okay, you did a couple free videos, next. And it's like, no, it's not just a couple free videos. It's I purchased from that company, I hauled that company, I edited, I posted, I gave that company free promotion. Let's not chalk it up to you did a few free videos, when that's time, that's hours, that's thousands of dollars. that you did for pro bono, okay, or that you did pro bono. So I hope this doesn't come out looking out crazy. I just wanted it looking crazy. I just wanted it to be real light there because I think it's gonna go with the blonde in my wig. But child, I hope it don't look crazy. I need something to dust it off for real. Baby bought me some of these brushes a long time ago, so I'm gonna use one of them. My mom is calling me. I'll be back. Child, my mama called me with some not so good news, but I'm wrapping up this video because now I'm just putting, I don't recommend, I'm not promoting using hair glue on your lashes, but it ain't done me wrong. It ain't snatched my lashes out, and it sticks to me better than some of these actual lash glues. But this is just like my quick fix go-to, okay? I ain't, like I said, I ain't telling everybody to do it, but that's what I use. Is my phone ringing again? Child, I'm getting text messages, audio messages, all types of stuff. But I just wanted to put that perspective out there. I am not justifying, glorifying, nothing like that. I'm just wanting people to be aware of the lack of support from companies who I'm gonna speak for myself, I support, okay? I think that's pretty much the summary of this video. I want people's perspectives. I definitely don't believe, you know, anybody should have to sell their souls or just work with any and everybody just to get by. But I just want to hear people's thoughts on things, okay? I actually sprayed my face a minute ago, so I didn't know how my highlighter was gonna show up. It's kind of nice. Okay. But yeah, so comment down below your thoughts. Of course, I'm going to show you the final look, and maybe I'll just talk through the rest of this because I don't really have much else to say on the topic outside of people need to know how to address those who may do things that they don't agree with and not call themselves chastising, disciplining, or okay? Because it will be deleted. Because I will not take you serious if you ever think that's how you're gonna approach somebody. Like I said, it's a way. There is a way. But what do you think about people who support these big corporations, restaurants, stores, retail, whatever the case may be, who are or have done things in the past, and people tend to get past it real easily, oh well, I'ma still buy that burger, I'ma still do this, I'ma still do that. Y'all ain't about to stop me from shopping at this store because it's cheaper or it's whatever. And it's just like, okay, you got that, girl. So this blush is my dollar blush, which I just can't seem to stop using. I love it so much, so much. And it's this one right here, and I have so many of them. I don't even know if Shop Miss A still sells them, but when I had it, I think it's called Harmony or something. It's by Malibu Glit, but I just like had bought a lot. When I really like something and it's $1, I be getting them all. So these lashes are actually from the wig company that I will be doing a video for today, and it's called Girly She. And let's not talk about the hair companies who love to short influencers, offer $50, $2, $20, $200, and expect full-blown reviews. This is one of the first companies who I didn't have to say, I am not settling. They just off the back said, what's your rates? Okay, we're paying it. Okay, it's a lot of companies like, oh, this is our first time working together. Can we pay you $100? And it's a lot of people who just accept it for free hair or free exposure, free content, whatever. And granted, when I was coming up, I did work with, I don't feel like this is tacky enough. I did work with companies where it was very questionable to do free work, and I didn't even know my exposure at the time. And I'm just like, yeah, nah. And then there's companies who I actually worked with in the past who was paying a certain rate, and now they'll reach back out and say, oh, and try to lower the rate from than it was years ago. And I'm just like, yeah, no. It's companies who have, I've seen them do TikTok promo, commercials on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all types of things. They pay these bigger influencers with millions and 500,000 or whatever the case is. But then it comes to you and it's like, oh, well, we want to give you scraps. And I've told many companies, I'm trying to see because they look different. I don't know if it's my eye or the placement or what. But yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'll tell a company, hey, well, actually, I can't pay my bills with free clothes. So I'm going to need you to pay me my rate or stay out of my inbox, okay? Or email me once you get the budget. I have stopped playing with these companies. I have stopped playing with people. I don't care anymore. And it's not about being reckless, ruthless, blunt. Well, I am blunt. I'll take that one. But it's not about being cocky or conceited or anything like that. But it's like, bro, I built my freaking brand for 6 years. It's 2022 at this point. You know, so why do you think it's still okay to go to somebody who has this size platform? And granted, there are bigger platforms out there. There's smaller platforms out there. But the work I put in, the dedication I put in, I probably have 1,000 videos on my page. I don't know. I know I almost got 1,000 posts on Instagram, but that's neither here nor there. But the amount of work people put in, and you think it's okay to go to people and say, hey, I just want to give you free hair. Hey, I just want to give you free jewelry, free clothing. And that's it. Matter of fact, a perfume company hit me up. Was it yesterday? I responded yesterday. I don't know when they sent the initial email, but I've been on top of my emails lately. And they were like, hey, we are such and such. And I actually heard of them. I see them in bigger influencers' vlogs and things like that. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, we only have the budget for this. A coupon code and some free perfume? But I see you offering coins to other people. Yeah, no. That is so like, it's just like no respect is there for influencers and the amount of work that's being put in. Like nobody really watches. People watch cable, but not a lot of people are watching cable. Our age, you're seeing promos on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So when you see that promo and you go click that item and say, oh, I'm going to buy that, that's a lot of the time. That's how a lot of these companies are getting paid. They're not doing commercials. You're not seeing that shit on DirecTV, Spectrum, AT&T. You're not seeing that. Dish Network. I don't know. What's the cable companies these days? You're not doing those commercials. So you're actually saving in that area. So if you have hundreds of influencers where you're paying that commercial money to, or you're not, rather, you're just trying to save and cut corners. Because you know there's some people out there who will take free hair and free clothing. But I have definitely cussed some people out. Not cussed them out, but you know them nice, nasty emails. Per my last email, I said what I said. Sorry, I've been watching too much Housewives. But yeah, that's just like, it's just very disheartening to see how, I just messed that up. But how in 2022, we are still just expected to, oh my gosh, gush over free product. And it is great to have, but what else is there? Free product is essentially not paying rent, car note, insurance, health insurance, life insurance, car insurance. Let's not just say insurance, all the insurances. Okay. Electric, what else? Phone. I said rent already, rent or mortgage. Like, why is 1 + 1 not equaling 2 for y'all companies? Why? Okay. But yeah, I've said it before when like companies, I'll say, like, I've sent the email before is the point I'm making, but I recently sent one, and I just was like having to let people know, like, yeah, they'll come back and say, oh, well, we thought that, you know, free clothes or free this and free that was enough. And I'm just like, but does free clothes pay bills? Influencers are individuals, and we have bills just like you have bills. So if this is our livelihood and this is how we're making our money, or whatever the case may be, why do you think it's okay to say, hey, do this for free? Do you go to work, clock in, and say, hey, okay, I'm just here, I don't expect a paycheck? No, you do not. So if this is someone's bread and butter, why do you feel like it's okay to just say, hey, I want a whole dedicated video, I want it to be 10 to 20 minutes long, I want you to do this, 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 and this, and we send you clothes and that's it? Granted, I know clothes and inventory does cost money, but that's just something you have to think about when you think about promo. Because if we were still watching cable, okay, majority of people, then you would have to have that promo. I'm sorry, this is sticking. Okay. You would still have to have that promo budget. Stop trying to short people. So I wanted to see what it would look like if I put a little bit of like concealer and blend it out. I just want like a nude lip, but I didn't want to do like a pinky nude. Okay, so I'm actually about to go film another video, and I will come back and do the intro for this video where you will see the final look. But this is basically like the final makeup look. I'm not sure if I want to add anything else to it. I was thinking about doing a matte brown eye, but I don't know. I'm not really inspired to do so. So yeah, I'm going to set my face and I will be back in the intro where you guys can see the final look. And maybe I'll do like some end clips of the final look as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I really enjoyed this conversation. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know why you think companies aren't really supporting their own, or why they ghost us, or whatever the case may be, and why people, I guess, expect so much loyalty, or whatever the case is. And I'm not by any means saying there shouldn't be any loyalty, but I am saying, why can't we return or get that same loyalty in return and have our people support us, you know, and not just try to support those main Instagram girls. Like, we can name them, but we're not. The people who are just famous for being bodylicious, bootylicious, whatever the case is, or a rapper's girlfriend or wife, or whatever the case is. People throw clothes at them, but when it comes to us, child, we don't get that same. Okay, not everybody anyways. Okay, but and also let me know if do you think like there is a way to say things to people where they might actually listen and not just delete your comment? Because there's a way to say, hey, think about working with this company next time, or whatever the case may be. And it's a way to say, we don't support such and such because they such and such. Okay, so yeah, comment down below, comment your thoughts and I actually really like this look. It's real sultry, like, okay, because hold on, girl, because after I laid this wig, I was like, hold on, because I gotta come get them an outro. Come give them an outro. Either way, you can't tell me I'm not Beyonce today. I don't care. I'm Beyonce. But no, seriously, I really do love this hair. This color is fucking fire. But I did want to mention also, I also broke it down not just to clothing companies that clothes don't pay bills, but I also broke it down to hair companies. I said, listen to me. I do hair reviews from time to time, but because I have my own brand, I slowed down on them. Now, being someone who owns a hair company, I know how much the average order is. I can go on your site, click your lengths and stuff, and see, a wig from you was $250, $300, $400. And you trying to pay an influencer $150? I said, see, that's where y'all get it messed up. Because I know if you have one customer a day, that's going to outpay that one influencer. So I can't imagine how many you have per week, per month, and you're not willing to pay your influencers. And they said, oh, sometimes we get thousands and thousands and thousands of views and we don't really get one. We only get 1 or 2 orders. So we don't like to pay. Da, 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 da. I said, hey, that has nothing to do with me. Okay. That has nothing to do with me, because you never know what video is going to pop, and you never know who going to watch a certain commercial and who going to buy that product. You just don't know. You don't know what business, you don't know what marketing, you don't know what promotion, you don't know what none of that, what's going to happen. You can only estimate what may happen in the future. So don't hand me that. Don't hand me that. I'm not accepting, no, not accepting less than what I'm worth. I'm sorry. And I'm especially not accepting less than what I'm worth from a big brand company, a hair company, or somebody who, like, just a big brand. Like, if I know you and everybody knows you, why do you think I'm going to settle for you? Because I'm not. Now, let me go film the intro of this video, because, girl, this look hair is giving.